Hi and welcome to the first boss in Spiderwing. This is Anub'Rekhan here. Anub has three mechanics which are key to nailing this fight. One is Crypt Guards, which are the two guards you see here. Then he also has something called Impale and Locust Swarm. Now, if we start with these Crypt Guards to begin with, they have a frontal cleave, so don't stand in front of them unless you're a tank. And also a poison spit which stacks and cannot be cleansed, so they need to die first. So for this fight, it's just like so many others before, adds before boss. The way we do it is that we have two off tanks pick these up, drag them over here, facing away from the raid, and then we cleave them down, nuke them as fast as possible. Now, whenever something dies in this raid, small locust crypt scarabs will spawn. They need to be AoE'd and killed. They're not deadly on their own, but in a group they can be quite hurting. Just like the scarabs in AQ40 from the Vecnis warriors. These will also spawn periodically throughout the fight. We'll have an off tank pick them up, drag them over to the side, and make sure that they are killed first. So this will be called on Discord, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, main tank will pick up Anub'Rekhan and tank him where he stood right now. Once these are down and while we're killing them, the rest of the raid will spread out in a semicircle, not standing too close. Now, the reason for this is Anub'Rekhan's second ability, Impale. Impale will randomly target a player in the raid and shoot spikes towards them. If you've played Warcraft 3, this is the Impale mechanic that the Crypt Lord actually has. So you will notice it from there. When you're hit by these spikes, and you will be hit, you're also thrown up in the air and you take a little bit of fall damage. Healers, be ready to spike heal people as they fall down. Any person on full-ish health shouldn't die from this, but it is a fair bit of damage that you take. It's physical, it can be mitigated a little bit, so it hits harder on clothies than it does on leather, mail and plate. Now, because it hits everyone in a line, make sure that you sort of spread a little bit around the room. Melee, it's okay to be stood sort of on the side here of Anub'Rekhan, so that you'll send the spikes out towards the wall and not towards the raid. Last but not least, we have Locust Swarm, which is the main mechanic of this fight. Locust Swarm will be cast after, I believe it's like 70 seconds or something, might be a bit sooner. When he does this, he deals massive amount of nature damage around him, but also slows down. The trick here is to kite him around the room, so main tank will walk around this way to make sure that he doesn't walk into any crypt guards being killed currently. Walk around this way, make his way to the entrance, where Locust Swarm should have stopped by now. We'll have a hunter in the group with the main tank as well, who can put on aspect of the pack to make sure that the main tank will stay in front of Anub'Rekhan at all times. Other than that, this is basically a tank and spank fight. Make sure that you don't get hit by Locust Swarm, because that will probably kill you within a few seconds. It also silences when it ticks, so it's important that healers and casters don't get hit by it. After when Locust Swarm is cast, he'll also spawn another Crypt Guard, so just make sure that you prioritize these first, kill him, then go on to boss, tank and spank. It's a pretty simple fight once you get the kiting of Locust Swarm down. The rest of the raid, once it's being pulled around this outer rim, make sure that you're stood on the right hand side here, so you obviously don't get hit by Locust Swarm, but still in range to hit the boss. There's no issue with you attacking the boss during this phase, just make sure that you don't over aggro, swapping the target onto you and not the main tank. Yeah, I'll engage here and try and see if I can't show you all of the mechanics of this fight. So I'll start out by killing these crypt guards. Now, as this is done on retail, there's actually no spawning of crypt scarabs, but these would spawn 10 scarabs each. If a player dies during this raid, he will also spawn 5 crypt scarabs. So make sure that not too many people die or things die at the same time, making this incredibly difficult with the crypts. So this you saw here was Impale, it's thrown up in the air. Should be another Impale coming soon, there we go. See the spikes on the ground. Take a bit of fall damage as well. So even though I'm really high level here compared to this mob, I still take a lot of damage. So just make sure that you heal people once they land again. So here we go. There you see the small scarabs. I believe they look the same in Classic. As I've said in numerous of these videos, not all the skins are the same. This spider wing, for the most part though, looks similar to what it does on retail and in the Wrath of the Lich King version. Okay, just getting these down. See if I can't get him to cast Locust Swarm. There we go. So once this starts, it's a cast time on it. You need to start running around the room. So you kite him around here at the edge. Make sure we stay ahead of him. Otherwise this happens. Now can't cast spells or anything. And this kills. Like this definitely kills. So I'm pacified now. Can't cast spells, can't attack. And here it stops. He's back. Just kill him. And you get some loot.